Hi and welcome. I'm Lily, and in this video we are going to be talking about The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I know this book is all over social media and everyone has an opinion about it. Now the question is this book worth the hype? Is it really as good as everyone says it is? Well, in this video I will explore this question and give you my personal impression. As always, we'll start with the bullet points, but then we'll go straight to the summary of the story before we get to my impression and the conclusion. If you want to know something about the author, just click on this video, Malibu Rising. I just want to let you know I post spoiler-free book reviews on a regular basis, so if that sounds like your sort of thing, please consider subscribing to my channel. Well, now let's travel to Hollywood's golden years and look behind the scenes. Take one, camera is rolling and action! The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid is a historical fiction novel for readers 15+. It was published in 2017 by Atrium Books and has 391 pages, which is a reading time of about 6.5 hours. A similar book is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. This to the bullet points, let's go to the summary. This story tells the glamorous and scandalous life of Evelyn Hugo, a legend of old Hollywood. At age 79, she surprisingly gives her final interview to the unknown journalist Monique Grant. Under the pretext of raising money for a breast cancer charity with her glamorous clothes, she invites Monique to her luxurious Manhattan flat. There, Evelyn reveals to her that she is not interested in the interview, but instead wants Monique to write her biography. No one is more astonished than Monique herself as to why she of all people was chosen for this. Because Evelyn could have chosen any well-known and high-profile reporter for this job, and there's actually nothing that connects Monique with this Hollywood icon. Or is there? Monique sees her chance and agrees. So Evelyn tells how she meets her first husband, Ernie Diaz, at 14 and uses him to get out of Manhattan's Hell's Kitchen and away from her violent father to Hollywood. And shortly after she almost gets her footing as an actress, she divorces Ernie Diaz again. Evelyn brings herself to the attention of gay producer Harry Cameron, who opens the gates to the big film studios for her and becomes her best friend. To have a great career in Hollywood, the Latina dyes her hair blonde, and Evelyn Herrera Diaz becomes Evelyn Hugo. And with her unconditional ambition and the will to go the extra mile for success, she quickly achieves the desired rise in the tough show business. The clever Evelyn is not squeamish and knows how to manipulate people to her advantage, and this includes her 7 marriages with actors, producers, a singer, and the brother of her great love, the actress Celia St. James. She enters into these 7 marriages either to get ahead in Hollywood or to distract people, for example, from her bisexuality. Thus it comes that she enters into a marriage of convenience with her best friend Harry Cameron and has their daughter Cameron together. Thus both distract from their sexuality because something other than heterosexuality would still have led to a clear career end at that time. Some marriages last a long time and the shortest one a day. In her life many tragic events happen to Evelyn, but to one of them she reacts with an inconceivable act. One that she could keep secret until the end of her life. And this horrible act is finally the answer to what connects Evelyn to Monique Grant. And why she has to be the one to summarize Evelyn's life story. Thus I come to the end of my summary and go to my impression. I'll start with the things I liked. I think Taylor Jenkins Reid has succeeded in creating a realistic and wildly exciting look into old Hollywood with this wonderful story. She has the ability to suck you into the story and create such authentic characters that I felt like I was a part of their lives rather than reading about them as an outsider. I actually forgot that it was a fictional story and characters. Evelyn is multi-layered with many character traits like fierce, resilient, smart, manipulative and assertive, with a soft core that she has masterfully learned to hide so as not to become vulnerable, just to name a few. I think the story is very well constructed, that is, the circle of the history is closed. We start with Monique, who is invited to the interview, then we learn Evelyn's life story and end with Monique again after the completion of the interview. The fact that Evelyn's life story is told in interview style breathes realistic conditions into the whole thing. The structure of the story is also cleverly done, livened up by newspaper reports that give it authenticity. The narrative style suits this story well, remains appropriate to Evelyn's character without flowery descriptions, direct and concise. The locations are not described extensively, it is concentrated on the characters with the relationships between them. And this makes Taylor Jenkins Reid fabulous. I got a very good impression of the protagonist and the secondary characters, again without describing them in detail. I know that Evelyn is beautiful, sexy and blonde, but nothing more, and it does not need. I think it's nice that these things are left to the reader's imagination. I felt the inner motivations of the characters and their actions are very understandable according to their character. The inner development of Evelyn is slow and subtle, but I didn't find it huge. I could very well put myself in the different eras that span several decades. Here too, the focus was mainly on human developments, namely the emancipation of women and sexuality. I like that in this story again figures appear that really existed and exist for better illustration, like Rock Hudson and Elton John. And this book is the origin of the side character Mike Riva, who got a brief appearance in this book but gets to play a major role in Malibu Rising instead. By hinting a relationship between Monique and Evelyn at the beginning of the story, and that it's not necessarily a nice thing, the story also gets an extra dash of suspense. Finally, of course, I found the author's expert look behind the scenes and the development of show business exciting and beautifully described. Nothing is glorified or left out, even the ugly sides of Hollywood are addressed, such as sexism, racism, homophobia, iron career ambition without regard for losses, violence, but also the fast pace and the superficiality of show business, where in the midst of the glitter and glamour hides a great loneliness and lack of support and coldness. Not to mention the false facade. Like Evelyn says, I spent a very long time learning how to spin the truth. It's hard to undo that wiring. All in all, the book reads smoothly and is entertaining with beautifully portrayed, interesting, multi-layered and lively characters. The time passed in a flash. This to the things I liked, now to the things I liked less. I found the character Monique Grant was not given enough importance and her story seemed a bit boring. I would have liked to see more depth and a bit more meaning to her person. Then to the event that connects Evelyn and Monique, this one seemed a bit unbelievable and contrived to me. Here too I missed the emotional response of Monique after this revelation, who takes note of it, but the reaction to it was too weak in my opinion. In this context, I would have liked more background and information about Monique's history, even though she's only a secondary character. This would have included a deeper exploration of the mother-daughter relationship. Also, the interactions between Monique and her husband fell flat, and much of it could have been left out altogether. Then, to the most important relationship in Evelyn's life, this could have been described much more intimately and vividly. It lacked a bit of depth for me. Yes, I would have liked to feel more of Evelyn's inner crisis during the time she was not allowed to spend with the love of her life. Then I found it a pity that some of Evelyn's life stages came too short, like the time in Hell's Kitchen. On the other hand, I can also understand it, since time constraints meant concentration on the more important sections of the story. This to my impression. Let's move on to the conclusion. This book is about the autobiography of the fictional Hollywood legend Evelyn Hugo, which is compiled by the unknown journalist Monique Grant. The Evelyn Hugo character is inspired by real Hollywood stars, especially Liz Taylor and Rita Hayworth, but also Marilyn Monroe and Ava Gardner. As the title of the book reveals, Evelyn was married 7 times, and her marriages were controversial and scandalous. It's about career and what one is willing to do for it, sexuality and its orientation, identity, traumas, motherhood, and a huge loneliness. But most of all, it's about love. Great, true, everlasting love. So this book has a lot of issues wrapped up in a rousing, entertaining story. It's the story of surreal Hollywood and the story of a diva. Evelyn's sentence fits perfectly. Nobody deserves anything. It's all about who's willing to take it. Well, I absolutely love this story, and I'm willing to recommend this book with 5 out of 5 stars. I really like this book by Taylor Jenkins Reid and look forward to reading more books by her. Have you guys read any of her books yet? Which one did you like the best? Let me know in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching it to the end. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, I would be very happy if you like it and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, in the meantime, all the best. Bye.